Welcome to Local SEO Today. I'm Roger Murphy.
And I'm John Vaughn.
We want to welcome you, entrepreneurs and business owners, to our podcast, our recording today. We want to talk to you about your business, how and why you should know who your competition is online. If you think of it, of course, you don't live in a bubble. You are offering your service, your product in your community or your city. But what's the competition doing, John?
Yeah, so understanding your market, right? Market research, market analysis, figuring out what's going on, because there's always going to be new competitors coming on board, right? Trying to compete with you. Yes, you're going to probably hear or learn from them, from other clients or whatnot. But if you are prepared and you understand what's going on digitally, and you can kind of take a forward step and prevent that from happening or do things to remedy it, it allows you to be to have a competitive edge.
And it certainly helps you even strategize for your community, for your neighborhood. Hey, I'm looking at the competition online. I can access their website. I can see their offerings. Then you can actually get a sense of, because sometimes there's pricing on there in terms of if it's a service company saying we'll offer X plus Y and we do it all for one price. You learn what else is going on out there.
So I think it's so critical, especially when you're starting your business, right? Having a website, yes, everyone typically needs a website, but what is ranking right now? What are your competitors saying? What are they doing digitally?
Sure.
That will, at least you can do some investigation and figure out what's working for them.
Exactly.
Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't offer something that is probably not working from your competitors, because
it's true. Yeah, why reinvent the wheel?
Exactly.
And these reviews, if you think of it, there's so much intelligence online, intel that you can look at their reviews, John. What if you see that, hey, they're always late, or they're on time, or they're not on time, or the price always changes when they come to my whatever it is, whatever those reviews are. You can actually get a sense of, this is important to the public out there. How am I bringing my products and services to the market?
And make that a central point of emphasis on your website, right? So whatever they're doing a poor job on, spin it so that it's a positive for your business.
Exactly. Learn from other people's mistakes.
Exactly. Especially if you're new, you don't have reviews, you don't have a client base, right? You don't know what's working and what isn't working. So it's good to sniff to figure out what's going on your competitors' sites, right?
Exactly.
And then the big other thing is, yes, case studies, reviews are hard to get at the beginning, but third-party sites are also very good to take a look at. So know what your competitors are listed in, where they're listed, and figure out what platforms make an impact, right? Because you don't know how people are searching. Do they like reading it on a third-party site, or do they just read it from their own website?
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
And people tend to sort, because anyone can buy positive reviews today. And that it's becoming harder and harder to, the policies, right, to prevent from happening. So what do? You probably sort through negative reviews, right? And that's what's happening now more and more today.
And it's interesting. We were at this conference last year. They said a 5-star is not what you want. You really, when you're looking at a business, you should find something in the 4-point something range, because no one and no business is perfect. If you see all 5-star, something is not right, and that leads everyone to believe that maybe some of these reviews, they're not actually authentic, because everyone wants authentic, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another place to really look at what your competitors are doing is social media,
right?
Because it is free. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. Uncover what they're posting, what makes them unique, how do they present themselves, what kind of images and what content is being put on there, so that you can kind of get some market intelligence, right?
Exactly. Yeah, because you've got your own product to bring to market. What if you see online that competition in your marketplace, they're offering it at this level or at this time frame or this volume of whatever it is to purchase? That allows you, because you're checking out your competition online, it gives you the intelligence. You don't have to phone and do a secret shopper and all that stuff. You can actually learn a lot of critical information.
Exactly. And pivot, right? Because you're a small business owner, so you knowing what you know from running a business or starting a business, you may not want to go into this service or product, because your competitors are doing it at such a low price that there's no margin.
That's right.
Right? So why even incorporate it unless it's a loss leader where acquiring a new customer may cost you a lot more because the lifetime value of a customer is a lot better off for you, right? Like figure out what works and what doesn't work.
Exactly. And as I say, so what we're talking about is learn from your competition online, learn from some of the services they're offering. And to your point, John, some businesses, it's effective for them just to get revenue in on a particular service that might be easy, that keeps their staff busy. Because that's the worst part. If you have staff that you're trying to keep busy, it sometimes is worth it. But again, doing research online, looking at your competition, you can actually uncover ways of keeping your own staff busy and keeping revenue, even though it's not necessarily hugely profitable, but it keeps your system and your business going well.
And that's on the product service standpoint. But think about location as well. So knowing your competitors locally, you have to see if there's opportunities, especially if you're service based and you want to go into different markets. How are they positioned? Are they dominating in certain areas or neighborhoods or different regions of the province? Figure out how you can, be different, right? Know your competitors, where they are, how they price themselves, but which markets they're dominant in. And maybe you may not want to compete directly with them, but go into a smaller market to test it, to see if this is a viable area, then expand, get a client base, right? Because you don't want to go into a very competitive marketplace and they're already dominating right?
Exactly.
It's going to take you a lot longer to get your foot in the door.
Exactly. So it does make sense in this podcast and the topic today, of course, of learning about your competition online. You can see all the things we've talked about, how you can build intel for your business, helps you strategize, help you come up with new ideas for new markets, new areas that maybe the competition is or isn't, or it's being underserved. All of this comes from using this tool called Google and to uncover what's going on out there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of software out there too that you can actually gather more information. But as a business owner, just Googling it yourself, learning who your 3, 5, 10 major competitors are, check out their website, do some navigation and searches and figure out what's going on in their business. That gives you a lot more information than when you first started.
Great. Well, John, this has been, I think, very helpful. I've learned from you today even. I hope that our audience has learned a few things also.
Well, thanks a lot, Rod.
Thank you, and we hope you thrive online.
Thank you.
Have a good day.